Hi, welcome to The Shed. My name is Mr. Levy, and this is the One-A-Day Musicianship Challenge brought to you by Bob Rogers Travel. For today's challenge, we are going to write and play a one-step blues etude using resources found on shedthemusic.com. A great thing for young improvisers to do is to figure out what you're going to improvise before you play it. All of the greats didn't start by sounding great. They practiced certain things. They developed language. They assimilated what they were listening to and made it their own. This is the first step to getting to that level of improvisation. What we're going to do is we are going to write out a solo, and we're going to practice it so much that that written out solo becomes something that is our language. Nobody really wants to listen to an improviser just ramble on, just like you don't want to listen to a speaker just ramble about a topic. So one of the things that I want you to do and get in the habit of is figure out some licks, some language, some little melodic sentences that you can utilize when it comes time to improvise. For this challenge, it will help if you have a Noteflight account. They're free. You can also do this with pencil and paper. All right, let's dig in. Okay, to get to this page, you're going to click on the link that's located in the description of this video. After you've clicked that link, you're going to scroll down to where it says One Step Blues Etudes. This is where all the materials for this challenge are going to be located. You can handwrite it using a PDF, and that is in the white box, or you could sign up for a free Noteflight account and do this online virtually. So I'm going to be using Noteflight to complete this. So after you have decided whether you're going to handwrite it or use Noteflight, click on the corresponding link for your instrument. Concert pitch would be for our flute, guitar, piano players. B flat would be trumpet, clarinet, tenor sax. E flat would be for alto and bari sax, and bass clef for our trombonist and bass players. I'm going to be playing this on tenor sax, so I'm going to click on the Noteflight link for B flat instruments. After you have clicked that link, it's going to open up a Noteflight document. Make sure that you are logged into your Noteflight account. After you've logged in, click on the hamburger that's located in the top left corner. That's the 3 lines, and go to Score. And on Score, you're going to see Save a Copy. Click Save a Copy. This is going to take this document and add it to your own Noteflight account. So it'll probably say Copy or One Step Blues Etude, and you know you have it, and it'll be in your scores for editing later. All right, at the top, you're going to see some directions, and I'm going to walk you through how to do this. To create a blues etude, you're going to copy and paste using a combination of 7th chord patterns and licks from the second page. Match the corresponding pattern to the chord in the blues form. So we have our chord changes written above the measure. So you're going to find the chord change here. And at the second page, all of these licks and things have chord changes. You're going to copy and paste the corresponding one. You might have to alter it, the lick, to be able to play it. Like if it's too high, you can change the octave. And we got to follow a couple of simple rules to make this sound as good as possible. So let's dig in and build a etude. So first chord is G7 for me. So I'm going to find a G7 lick down here, and I'm just going to choose one that says G7, and I think I'm going to start with this 3-1-5-7 pattern here. I'm going to copy that, click the measure to highlight it, and then do Command C. That's going to copy it. Then go to the measure that you want to paste it, click that, highlight it, and then click Command V, and that's going to paste that lick in there. Okay, I like that lick. I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to do it in C7. So find your C7 lick, Command C, and then Command V, and now I have 2 licks, okay? I'm going to do something different here. I think I'm going to use one of the blues licks. So let's scroll down here and look for blues licks. And I like the looks of blues lick 1. So I'm going to use this blues lick 1. And you can use these blues licks at the beginning of measure 1, 3, 5, or 7. They're going to sound great regardless of what the chord change is. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go up here. I'm going to paste it in measure 3. And now I have a blues lick. Notice that there's not a huge amount of jumps between the 2 licks. That's something you're going to want to look for. Okay, so now let's go to our second line. Our second line starts on a C7. So let's go take a look at our C7. And I think I'm going to use this first one here. So I'm going to copy that, and then I am going to paste it in my C7 measure. Okay, Now if we look, we are on a third space C at the end of line 1, and then we jump way down. I think I want it to start on the exact same note. So to change the octave, you highlight the measure and then click Command and then the up arrow. And that's going to take it and transpose it up 1 octave. So now I have ending on a C third space, beginning on a C third space. And you know what? I'm going to copy that same one and I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it in there. Okay, now I have a G7. So what can I do with the G7? Let's take a look. Why don't I do this same lick right here? Repetition is always a good thing, okay? So I'm going to do my G7. You know what? I'm going to do it again. Now, what do you notice here? Oh, big jumps. So I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to go up 1 octave. So now I'm at the top of the form. There you go. That's going to be great. So I want to use a 2-5. This last measure, the last line of the blues form, we have a 2-5-1 progression. So I'm going to use a 2-5-1 lick that I have on this page. And if you notice, it is a 3-measure 2-5, and then it repeats for a 1-measure 2-5. So let's take a look. How about I use this first one? This looks good. Just copy that. I'm going to paste that in. Not too bad of a jump. That'll sound good. All right, now I end on a second space A, and I have a 1-measure 2-5. So let's go down and find something that's close to that second space A. And we have a 1-measure 2-5, and it starts on a second space A. Let's do that. So we copy it, and then we paste it in. And now I have just completed 1 chorus of a blues solo. I can practice this, I can memorize it, I can get it together so I've internalized it, and then it becomes a solo that is not something that I've composed, but it becomes something that is language that I can use whenever I go to improvise. So for the challenge, I want you to do 2 choruses and then practice it until you own it. Okay, now that you have written an etude, you're going to want to practice this so much that it becomes second nature. You want it to not sound like a written etude. You want to internalize it and play with great style, articulation, phrasing, and make it sound as if you have made it up on the spot. So now I'm going to play for you the etude that I just wrote. Check it out. Now it's your turn to dig in and write your own etude. I want you to take these steps and compose a couple of choruses of blues solo in the key of F concert. Practice it until you own it, and we'll see you in the shed.